Okay, we're gonna do this video very slowly, right? I've spent my time crafting my opinions, my thoughts, and what I think needs to happen. So, Deshaun Watson, you need to be benched. Not yesterday, not a week ago, not a month ago, today. This Eagles game has to be the last game you play as a starter for the Cleveland Browns. This entire legacy of this era of the Cleveland Browns is crumbling before us. It all started in 2018. Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry throws a touchdown. Baker walks in with a swag. We win against the Jets. That is the moment the clock started. I fully believe that. That is the moment the clock started on, okay, we got the team. Let's add some more pieces. Let's win a Super Bowl. That's when the clock started. And Deshaun Watson, you will be the reason the clock stops. You will be the last minute of the last hour. Not in the way you thought it would be. Because when you first came to Cleveland, we were ready to win a Super Bowl. We are now ready to go 2-15 and draft another quarterback and restart the cycle over again. Restart the clock. This is the week that Deshaun Watson lost the Cleveland Browns fan base. I've been out on him for years. I never wanted Deshaun Watson. But there is a part of the fan base that bought in day one. And Deshaun Watson, you lost him. That Commanders game, you lost him. There has been countless videos of breakdown of open receivers, great play scheming, Kevin and Ken Dorsey doing their thing, scheming guys open, scheming a good pass blocking play, and you run into a sack. You run for a 1-yard gain instead of staying in a clean pocket and delivering a strike. Deshaun Watson, this is the last game you'll be playing as a Cleveland Browns. I fully believe it. I fully believe it. The Commanders game, I thought he could have gotten benched after, but in my mind, it was like, no, they're going to wait till the Eagles game because the Eagles game, they've been struggling this year on defense. If he still can't beat that bad Eagles defense this year, he's out, right? Like, Kevin will have to be like, it is my job on the line. I think Kevin wants out. I think AB wants out. The issue is the owner has spent so much money on getting him that it's hard to pass up on that money. So Deshaun Watson, this is the week that you decide if you're going to keep that clock running for a couple of more games for the rest of the season. Maybe you can somehow make a comeback and win a Super Bowl this year. That clock, it ends this week. Can you refresh that clock and keep going? Or will you be the one to click the button on the timer and say, it's over? All these years, these 6 years of building the Browns, is it all for nothing because of you? Because of your ability or inability to throw a goddamn football. That is what it's come down to. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. No one else to blame. We've seen Kevin Stefanski with Joe Flacco, Baker Mayfield, Jacoby Brissett, Case Keenum, even Jeff Driscoll last year. DTR at times. We have seen successful offenses being run by Kevin Stefanski. Even pre-Cleveland in Minnesota with Kirk Cousins. Again with Case Keenum. What are you going to do, Deshaun Watson? I think you've already clicked the button. I think you're done. I personally think you're done. I don't see a world where past the Philadelphia game, if we lose again and we see another week of the Deshaun Watson we've seen all year, there is a 0% chance. I'm one of those people that have been out for a year and a half, 2 years. I watch the Cleveland Browns because I love this team. I love this fan base. I love everything about it except for Deshaun Watson. So when he went out and Joe Flacco came in, rejuvenated me. I went to the Joe Flacco game in Cleveland versus the New York Jets where we clinched a playoff win. The best moment as a Browns fan. In the stadium, watching Joe fucking Flacco go and ball out. I watched it happen. I enjoyed the moment it happens. Nick Chubb coming out with that guitar, smashing the guitar, putting the Batman mask on. I was there. Is all of that for nothing? Is this entire era of the Cleveland Browns for nothing, Deshaun Watson? You're the one that has to make it for something. It's you. We know Kevin can do it. We know he can. We know Ken Dorsey can do it. He had successful offenses with Cam Newton, Josh Allen, Mitchell Trubisky. He's had successful offenses. We know AB can do it. He's built one of the best rosters in the NFL around you. Sure, the offensive line is rough, but they're holding up with literal duct tape. They're holding up. The defense is deep, expensive, but deep. Lots of draft picks, lots of free agent signings, a lot of guys that we've drafted and developed. He is traded for wide receiver after wide receiver after wide receiver. We've developed David Njoku. We've developed Nick Chubb. We've gotten Jerome Ford, Deontay Johnson, not Deontay Johnson, whatever his name is, Deonta Foreman. We got Ken Dorsey just to fit your skill set, and you still can't deliver. Are you going to be the final nail in the coffin of this 6-year era of the Cleveland Browns where we tried to win a Super Bowl? I think it's already done. I think Jameis Winston has to come in and play. I think it has to happen. Kevin, if you're watching this video, Andrew Berry, if you're watching this video, Jimmy Haslam, if you're watching this video, you've got to make the call. It's got to be a unilateral decision from Jim Haslam and D Haslam to Andrew Berry to Kevin Stefanski. Listen, all three layers are in agreement. No one's getting fired. Everyone just got extended this offseason. Kevin, you're not getting fired. AB, you're not getting fired. Jimmy Haslam, I'm not selling the team. But all three layers need to decide that Deshaun Watson has to go. And that's a lot of money. That's just going to be sitting on the bench because I don't see the Browns cutting him. I don't see him cutting him. What I see happening, you keep Deshaun Watson on the roster, you say, go home. Go home, sit on the couch, and wait till your contract is up. Have fun somewhere else. And then you just keep, you got to move on. You've got to move on. If you cut him, it's $90 million and $95 million next year if you cut him. So sit him at home. Say, go sit down, never play for the Cleveland Browns again. Jameis Winston, you start the rest of the year. We might have a high draft pick. Let's draft Cam Ward. Let's draft Shedeur Sanders. Let's draft Quinn Ewers. Let's draft Carson Beck. Let's draft someone that we think can fit this system. Sit them for a year. Jameis Winston, Jacoby Brissett, or Joe Flacco. Any of those three come back, be the starter next year, and have that rookie quarterback sit for a year. Boom. That's how you go and win. You keep Myles Garrett. You keep Denzel Ward. You keep this defense. You keep this offense. Maybe you move on from Amari Cooper, right? Maybe because it's money, you move on. You have Jerry Jeudy long-term extended. You have Elijah Moore who's coming up for an extension. Wouldn't keep him. But you have Jerry Jeudy. You could extend Amari Cooper. Try and keep this team together as much as you can. But get him out of the team. Start one of the veterans that are out there in the market that have played for you and had success. Draft a rookie. Because Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski have not gotten the opportunity to draft and develop a quarterback. They traded for one. I agree. That was a miss. Andrew Berry, that's going to be on your resume for the rest of your career. You made a Deshaun Watson trade. It failed. Kevin, it's not going to be on his record. He's not the general manager. He's the coach, right? He tried to make it work. He made it work with everyone but Deshaun Watson. But Andrew Berry has to take it on the chin. Jimmy Haslam has to take it on the chin. You made the worst trade in NFL sports history, and you gave the worst contract out in NFL sports history. Accept it. Make one unilateral decision from Kevin to AB to Jimmy Haslam. He's gone. He's off the team. He needs to go home. This is for the fan base. This is for the team that is in that building every day. They've given up. You're watching Jerry Jeudy and Amari Cooper give up on routes because they see Deshaun Watson scrambling when they have a clean pocket and they're open. They've given up. They've clocked out. This defense with Jim Schwartz, there's only so much you can do. When you do 10 3-and-outs in a row and the offense then goes 3-and-out again in good field position, the defense is going to give up in the fourth quarter. There's a reason that the Browns cannot stop anyone in the second half. Because the first half, the defense gets 3-and-out, 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 turnover, 3-and-out, 3-and-out, field goal. You got 3 points in the first half. Offense, what did you guys get? Oh, interception, fumble, interception, interception, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. You give up. The defense gets tired. They go, fuck it. They're not going to do anything. Why even try? We need this team to move on from Deshaun Watson and restart the clock on this timer. There is still a tiny window of opportunity where you either turn around this year or you win it all next year. There's a very small path, and that path is you bench Deshaun Watson, start Jameis Winston, draft a rookie quarterback in the first round this year. The first round pick in 4 years. You draft a quarterback, they sit for a year, Kevin develops them. That is the only way forward to win a Super Bowl. It is not Deshaun Watson. So bench him, never let him play again, start Jameis Winston, have DTR as the backup, move on from Deshaun Watson. Don't cut him, just sit him at home. Sit him down, say never play for us again, enjoy the $45 million a year you're getting from us. It has to be a unilateral decision from the coach, the GM, the owner. All three have to decide. No one's getting fired. We're moving on from Deshaun Watson. You have both shown that you can build and win games. That's what we need to do. This era of the Cleveland Browns is on a precipice. It's on the cusp of failure. Since 2018 with Baker Mayfield to 2024 with Deshaun Watson, those 6 years has been Super Bowl or bust. Every single year. You have a Hall of Fame defensive end. You have a Hall of Fame running back. You have a really good offensive line. Not amazing. It's good to really good offensive line now. Solid wide receivers. A all-pro tight end. All-pro corners. Solid safeties. Okay linebackers with a potential all-pro linebacker in JOK. Win some freaking football games. I understand it's hard when your quarterback doesn't play. So bench him. He is the source of all problems in the offense. Bench him, start Jameis. We've seen Jameis succeed in a play-action offense. When you can throw the ball, you have to make the defense respect it. Opens up the running lanes for Jerome Ford, for Deontay Foreman, for Nick Chubb. But when you can't throw the ball, they're going to stack the box and go one-on-one with your wide receivers. And if they do get open, they still don't throw the ball. You got to bench him. You got to bench him. I keep saying this. This era of Cleveland Browns football is on the verge of being a failure. 6 years of failure. We've made the playoffs twice, won 1 playoff game. That's not horrible. I'm not mad about that. I'm mad that we traded for a quarterback to win a Super Bowl, and he's not even the reason we went to the playoffs either times. He's not. It wasn't Baker in 2020. It was our defense and run game. It wasn't Deshaun last year. It was Joe freaking Flacco in this defense. We're not gonna win. We're not gonna make the playoffs this year with Deshaun Watson. If he gets benched, we make the playoffs. It's because of Jameis Winston. So please, do not let the timer end of this era. This has been the most fun 6 years of football of my life. We need to keep the clock going. We need to extend it 1 more year, 2 more years, 3 more years. Whatever Myles Garrett can do, whatever Zadarius Smith can do, Dalvin Tomlinson, Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, Martin Emerson, Grant Delpit, JOK, Joel Bitonio, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Nick Chubb, however many years all those players can be together, we need to try and win. Deshaun Watson is not the solution. Keep the clock running of this era. Bench him. Start Jameis. I beg you, make a unilateral decision to bench him. That's my rant. 15 minutes of a rant. It hurts. It hurts. When we had Baker Mayfield, when we had Joe Flacco, the league was rooting for us. They were. When we had Jacoby Brissett, they were rooting for us. The minute Deshaun Watson takes the field, we're the laughing stock of the NFL. Jimmy, move on. You're a billionaire, a multi-billionaire. You can lose $125 million and take it on the chin. Andrew Berry, don't let your ego and pride control you. Bench your worst decision. Bench him. You've cut Perion Winfrey. You cut Anthony Schwartz. They were failures. Deshaun Watson's a failure. Bench him. And Kevin, I'm watching the game. You are doing everything you can to get wide receivers open and protect Deshaun Watson, and nothing's working. Make the decision and say, we've got to move on. We have to. It's my job or him. I'm choosing my job. That's my pitch. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please don't let this era of Cleveland, don't let the last 6 years be for nothing. Please, I beg you. Thanks.